Hello, I'm Nicola, the owner of the really expensive chocolate company. Today I'm going to show you how to make champagne truffles. This is what we're aiming for. I got into making chocolate when my family gave me a voucher for a birthday present to go up to Betty's in Harrogate. I went up there and did a lovely day of chocolate making and came back with a lovely bag of chocolates. Then I started making chocolates for friends and family for gifts, and people started asking me to make them some chocolates to buy. So I started a small business called the Really Expensive Chocolate Company. What you need to begin with is some milk chocolate. This is very good quality, best Belgian chocolate, 33% cocoa solids. Then we have whipping cream. This is the best cream to use because it's got the right percentage of fat. And this is champagne spirit, which is 60% proof, and it gives a lovely flavour to the chocolates. The utensils you need are a spatula or a palette knife, a thermometer, a teaspoon and a spatula for stirring the mix. I also have a tray with greaseproof paper on and some little petit four cases for putting the truffles in when they're made. So, this is how you make ganache. Ganache is a mixture of melted chocolate, boiled cream and some spirit to flavour it. The first thing we need to do is we need to boil the cream. I usually put it in the microwave for about a minute and a half, and you can tell if it's boiling because there's bubbles in it. If it's not bubbling after a minute and a half, put it in again for 10-second bursts until it is. The next thing we do then is we need to melt the chocolate. I put it in the microwave on 30 seconds, give it a stir, then another 30 seconds, give it a stir until it's half of it is melted, and then I bring it back to the table. So the next stage then is to pour the cream into the chocolate and stir it well until it's all mixed beautifully. So the next thing we do is take the champagne spirit and we pour it into the chocolate and the cream mix and gently stir that in. Then we put this mixture into the fridge 2 to 3 hours. I usually leave it overnight because then you get a nicer set. Now I'm going to show you how to roll the truffles. I've taken the ganache from the fridge. If you've left it for 2 to 3 hours, just test with your thumb to see that it's hard enough to roll. If you've left it in overnight, test again to make sure it's soft enough to roll. So I take a teaspoon, I take a small amount of the truffle mix, about a teaspoonful, mould it into a ball with your fingers. My hands are hot today. And roll it 1, 2, 3 times and put it down on the tray quickly, otherwise you're going to end up with very sticky hands. When you've got your tray of truffles ready made, put them in the fridge for about 20 to 30 minutes just to stiffen them up a bit. Now I'm going to show you how to temper chocolate, and tempering is the process of setting the crystals in chocolate at the right temperature. If you've ever had a bar of chocolate you've left in the sun or near a radiator and it's melted and got a white bloom on it, it's gone off temper. It's perfectly safe to eat, but it may just be a little grainy and it won't coat the chocolates that you're going to give your friends to look nice. I'm going to put this in the microwave in 30-second bursts and stir it between each burst until half the chocolate is melted. And when that happens, I bring it back to the table and just keep stirring until all the chocolate is melted. So now we have the melted chocolate. I've given it a good stir and I'm going to test the temperature with my thermometer. And the temperature of this chocolate is about 30 degrees centigrade. So now I'm going to put some of the chocolate in the fridge to test that it is tempered. So I take the palette knife and I dip it in the chocolate and then I put it in the fridge for 10 minutes. So the palette knife's been in the fridge for 10 minutes, so you scrape it off either with a knife or I use another scraper. Turn it over and have a look. If it's shiny and does a little snap, that's ready, that's tempered chocolate. For this stage what I've got is a tray with greaseproof paper and I've got a clean tea towel in case you need to wipe your hands when the phone rings, which it often does. I've got the tempered chocolate and I've got the champagne truffles. So first of all we put some chocolate onto your hand Pick up a champagne truffle, roll it 2 or 3 times and put it down on the tray. Pick up the next one, roll it 2 or 3 times to coat it well with chocolate and put it on the tray. Put a bit more chocolate on your hand and get the next one and roll it. And you carry on like this, dipping them, rolling them until you've done your whole tray of truffles. Then you put them in the fridge for 30 minutes or so and to let the chocolate set. You can dip them twice because that gives extra chocolate and it also gives them a bit of a thicker texture. So now I'm going to show you how to display your chocolates. I've got them out of the fridge, they've been in there for about 20-30 minutes. I'm going to put a white glove on, partly because that's how I've been trained and partly because if you touch the chocolates you will leave finger marks in them. So we lift them up, put them in the petit four cases. And then you can give them to your friends. If you'd like to circumnavigate that, you can buy them a box of chocolates from the really expensive chocolate company's Belgian chocolate shop. These chocolates will keep for about 3 months. Whether they last that long is another matter. They're very tasty and tempting to eat. So do visit the Belgian chocolate shop and buy your truffles there. So these are your champagne truffles. You could use other spirits like whiskey or rum or Cointreau. That makes lovely orange truffles. You could also roll them in dark chocolate, and to temper that you need slightly different temperatures. So if you look on the website, the information is there. To check for any more information, click on the resources link below and all the information is there. Thank you for watching and look out for the next course.